Welcome back to our science lesson year 2. I hope you're all well. We're going to continue with the water cycle today. Now pour yourself a glass of water and take a sip. Did you know that the water you've just swallowed is the same water that woolly mammoths, King Tutankhamun and the first humans drank? That's because the earth has been recycling water for over 4 billion years. The world's water moves between lakes, rivers, oceans, the atmosphere, and the land is an ongoing cycle, the water cycle. As it goes through this continuous system, it can be a liquid, so water, a gas, like vapor, or solid, so ice. So let's take a look at one of the processes it needs to take, evaporation. Energy from the sun heats up the surface of the earth, causing the temperatures of the water in our rivers, lakes and oceans to rise. When this happens, some of the water evaporates into the air, turning it into a gas called vapor. Plants and trees also lose water to the atmosphere through their leaves. This process is known as transpiration. Now we're going to look at condensation again. As water vapor rises up high into the sky, it cools and turns back into liquid, forming the clouds. This process is called condensation. So currents high up in the air move these clouds around the globe. So then we have precipitation. When too much water has condensed, the water droplets in the clouds become too big and heavy for the air to hold them, and so they fall back down to earth as rain, snow, hail or sleet, a process known as precipitation. And then we have the collection process. The fallen precipitation is then collected in bodies of water, such as rivers, lakes and oceans, from where it will be eventually evaporated back into the air, beginning the cycle all over again. How it is collected depends on where it lands. Some will fall directly into lakes and rivers or the sea, from where it will be evaporated and begin the cycle all over again. If the water falls onto vegetation, it may evaporate from leaves back into the air or trickle down the ground. Some of this water may then be taken up by the plant roots into the earth. Now, in the cold climates, precipitation may build up on land as snow, ice, or glaciers. As temperatures rise, the ice will melt to liquid water and then soak into the ground or flow into rivers or the ocean. Water that reaches land directly may flow across the ground and collect in the oceans, rivers, or the lakes. This water is called surface runoff. Some of the precipitation will instead soak into the soil, from where it will be slowly moved through the ground until eventually reaching a river or the ocean. Okay, let's take a look at this worksheet now about the water cycle. We're going to use the word precipitation, collection, evaporation and condensation. So let's take a look at the first one. Rain, snow and sleet from rain clouds. Which of the four is it? So rain, snow and sleet from rain clouds is precipitation. So water running from land into the ocean. Collection. Water running from land into the ocean is collection. Sun heats the water and dries it up. Evaporation. Sun heats the water and dries it up is evaporation. Our last one. Water vapor in the atmosphere turns to water. Condensation. So water vapor in the atmosphere turns to water is condensation. I hope you all found that quite straightforward and got them all right. What I'd like you to do is to label the diagram and match the process with each statement. We will look at the answers next week. So, our first statement, water vapour in the air gets cold and changes into liquid, forming clouds. Our second statement, water falls from the sky as rain, hail or snow. Water flows into rivers, lakes and oceans. Our last statement, the sun's energy causes water to change into a gas. Now pause the video and complete the worksheet, and we'll look at the answers in the next lesson. I'm sure you'll get them all correct. So great work again, Year 2, as always. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I hope you're understanding all about the water cycle. Now, until tomorrow, take care, and I'll see you then.